Hello everybody. For those of you dealing with a failed tailgate control module in a X5 BMW, this happens to be an E70 LCI series, and you've decided you're going to try to seal up this grommet where it enters the body of the car, and you want to drop the headliner. Let me show you how to do that. You need to get yourself just some regular upholstery tools and this piece of trim right here, which is sitting on the rear pillar, has got a couple of fasteners, so if you can see where they are, at least to give you an idea on what you're trying to do. So this part is oriented in there like this. And at the bottom and the top there are two fasteners. So those are right here, and there's another one right here. So those are those two spots. And that blue fastener is, I ain't gonna be able to see this, but my finger's pointing to it right there. Here's a better view of where that blue fastener goes. It goes into here. I'm inside the vehicle right now looking out. So you can see it's quite a distance away from the glass, maybe almost 3 inches away. But hopefully that gives you a good view of it. And the other fasteners, as I said earlier, are, there's one here, there's another one, goes right into that hole right there. And then I don't know whether I've broken something off the end of this. This might be a plastic projection that goes into that hole right there. Anyway, that piece just pries out, pretty straightforward. Then as you work your way around the headliner, you're probably wondering what that fastener is that's up there. You can see the metal fastener right there. It's in the sheet metal of the roof. I've got that pulled down and out of its regular position. And what goes into that is this piece of plastic, which in my case broke really easily. So this piece of plastic is sitting on top of the headliner, and this tab in the center goes into the metal clip you see right there. That plastic part sits there in the top of the headliner. There's some grooves on the left and right of the tab that hold it in place. So that just pushes up into that fastener, but mine broke. Good news is I was able to buy one for less than $2 delivered, brand new on eBay. So it's not an expensive part. And you'll notice my trunk control module right now is sitting in a plastic bag. I've been doing a lot of troubleshooting on where this leak is coming from, and I think for the most part it's not coming off the roof drains. It's coming off of this grommet right here, where this grommet fits into the car body. And the only way to release this grommet, it has a bunch of catches on it. You cannot release this grommet from the top side. You've got to go underneath. And here it is right here. It's white on this side, but there's some tabs on it, primarily at the top and bottom. But those tabs have to be released in order to get that grommet to release. Once you get the grommet out, my plan is to use red RTV, not black, not gray. I decided, in my case, I was going to use red so I can monitor the amount of coverage and the amount of RTV sealant that I'm using here to seal that up. But according to my dealer, the two most common places for water ingress is from those drain tubes, the sunroof drain tubes, and this grommet. The sunroof drain tubes, when you drop the headliner down, you'll be able to see them. It comes off the back of the cassette the roof cassette and then comes out right here. I didn't find my drains blocked, and the hoses, the drain tubes themselves, were attached correctly to the cassette. I'll probably put a zip tie around it because you hear about them coming off all the time. Drop the headliner, you'll be able to find that drain tube, knowing that it exits right there. Here's an excellent view of the drain tube. Hopefully you can see that drain tube. And then the tube, as it heads to the top, exits or connects to the drain tube exit right there. Incidentally, I'm still not convinced the water is coming from the drain tube, because the drain tube is not clogged and it's not disconnected. Nor am I convinced that all the water is coming down from behind that grommet. I suspect there may be a little bit of water getting past this stop here, because this stop intrudes into the interior of the car, so maybe some seals in here. And I'm also thinking that perhaps some sealing on the back side of this tail light is allowing water to get into the lower trunk area. Experiments I did up here using putty and things of that nature around this grommet definitely reduced the amount of water that was getting in the trunk, but it did not eliminate it completely. Those are my tips for you today on solving this water leak problem in your X5. I understand that the more current series of the X5 also still has the leak, so pay attention to that. That tailgate control module can be a little pricey to replace. In my case, it wasn't the cost of the replacement was cheap, but previously I had programmed my module to close from the dashboard button or close with my key fob, and that's a feature that the dealer would not code for me. I had to do it myself. Thanks for watching. If you found this video at all helpful, how about a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out my other BMW videos. I shot 2 or 3 different videos all related to this water leak in the back of the X5.